I'm hoping that the volume here is going to work for this video. Julie wants to set up on an online business, and she wants to do coaching, and she wants to get in certain types of like e-commerce types of things.
Not only coaching, sell something
Sell.
through online,
What kind of stuff?
like clothes,
Huh? Clothes. What other? Anything else? Just like things that have to do with wellness and
teaching bahasa.
teaching Bahasa, teaching English too,
Yes,
or, yeah.
yeah.
And then anything else? Of course, you're into the fashion thing, so there's a little bit of a fashion element in there too. Wellness, fashion, coaching, teaching.
I like self-sufficient program.
What?
Self-sufficient?
Self-sufficient. You want to be self-sufficient. Okay. Now, Julie only has a cell phone, and she is wanting to, she's been looking into getting either a laptop or a notebook. And basically for everything that she needs is probably just a notebook. But what she's coming up against is you are aware that there's a lot of things that you are not aware of. Your consciousness is just so much things and information and how to do anything and what that might involve that it's almost stopping you from starting. I know exactly what that feels like. And the thing that gets you through, the thing before you even begin, is to realize the place in which you're building it from. This is not just something that you're gonna try to think your way through, and I'm just gonna make this thing happen, and then that way I can do this thing, and then that thing will finally get me to the place where I can feel safe and secure and whatnot. It must come from a much lighter place. A much lighter place. In fact, so light that it'll feel contradictory to basically everything that you've learned up to this point about what it means to have a business or take care of yourself. And that is where the friction comes into play. Because to develop a life because the end result is what? What do you want to feel? What do you want to feel after doing all of this?
What I have made something like this, but I just put it in there without taking any action, and then I cannot see. I have been making something like this since 2 years ago.
How does it feel when you think about it that way? How does it feel when you come in? How is it that you feel when you that whole thing that you just went through right there and then? How did that make you feel?
First, I feel like I can make it happen.
But then you told me the story, and while you were telling me the story, what happened to your feelings?
My feelings?
What happened to your feelings while you were telling me the story?
Then I have doubt about it.
So there's doubt. And then after you're done telling the story,
And then not confident.
and not confidence. And so by the time you told that story,
And I feel like I'm an old person.
how old are you? How old are you?
33.
You're 33. So old.
And then I still cannot operate something like online business, information about digital nomading.
So just tons of
Yeah.
negative, not serving you
Yeah.
beliefs
Even
stacked on
when
top of each
somebody
other.
talking about website,
Yeah.
I'm curious about it, but I don't know what it's look like.
That was like another story. And how do you feel after telling me that story?
I feel like both sides where
A little bit possible, but like a lot of, oh my God, I can't do it. I'm behind the 8 ball. These kids got it so much easier.
I see the possibilities, and also I see how I work on myself in
Yeah.
the past. I want to save things from not just make it, but take the action.
But you confidently speaking right now, you're where? Here?
Race.
A little bit. but not like high.
No,
But like low.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I still limit myself.
Well, before we go down another pattern, when you come from here, because you're very smart, and I know that it's as much as you can see what's possible, you can also see what is challenging that possibility. In fact, I would say you could see the possibility, but you're so much more wired to think about all the things that would bring your energy down. Is that accurate? You'll think about what you don't know, the learning curve in which you would have to do
learning
it,
curve. Yeah.
and then that makes you feel not as confident, and then that brings you into doubt. You're like really practiced in that. It's so you're intelligent, but the intelligence brings about a pattern, and that pattern is bringing you down, feeling wise, and because of that, it clouds you. And it stops you from really taking action, really starting and taking action. And this has been this way for a while.
Now I find something. What stopped me is I tend to listen outside of me
Yes.
instead of believe in myself.
Yes.
The judging voice
Yes.
come from outside of me.
Now that we have sort of identified these patterns, let's identify something that you do well, and you naturally, even by thinking about it, it feels light, it brings you joy, it makes you happy. And this could be just things that you do for fun, or things that you do for work, but you're so good at it, and you get a sort of, there is a indicator, some kind of response, some kind of feedback that comes. That's just like, oh yeah, I'm totally on my game. What is this for you? Is it teaching? Is it you do for fun? What's something that you do that makes you feel good? And you don't even really think about it because you just gotten so good at it, and it makes you feel good doing it.
I love taking pictures,
Love taking pictures.
and the pictures.
What kind of
not
pictures? Any kind of pictures?
Any kind of pictures.
I see you take pictures of food all the
Every
time.
time.
And it makes you feel good.
It feel good
Yeah.
because I see the progress of myself.
While you're taking the pictures, are you judging yourself about, I don't know, the angle, the lighting, the frame?
It's no judgment because I enjoy it.
Yes.
I know I like it.
Now, could you imagine that, let's say before you did this, you were heavy with over-analysis? Should I even consider to take a picture of this food at breakfast? Is it going to be a good picture? Because I'm taking with the foam that I'm taking with, is it going to really capture the essence of what it is that I am actually feeling and seeing right now by taking this? Do you see how like ridiculous that would be to do something like that? But you do that with your business. Why? Why do you suppose you would do that? Why would you suppose that something is just, if it was just like, okay, this is taking pictures of food and things that you do in your life, and you don't judge that, and just simple action, just like something you wanted to do, the action is just like do it, and the result is feel good, and then we now move in a different category, and this is business, and all of a sudden you turn that off and you turn on a different pattern, and this one's like judgy, doubtful, low confidence. But if you would treat it like this, it would feel good, but you don't. This new little thing slides into your vision, and all of a sudden, why would you do that for this one and not for this one?
For me, when doing something like taking pictures, we don't need knowledge about it. Just do it.
Oh,
But
because there's like,
making
entire
business,
people that make career out of this, right?
all of people, we have to have a plan. We have to know about our target market. We have.
Why would any of that be different than taking a picture? Why can't learning about what your target audience is be any different
Oh, this
than
is
taking a
hobby.
picture?
This is hobby.
Okay.
And then this is money.
Oh, money should
Uh-huh.
feel what, not as fun as hobby? Why? Why should any aspect of your life not actually be enjoyable?
This is for me is priceless.
Isn't anything in life priceless? Isn't the whole experience of life priceless? I mean, everything of it?
Here we're thinking about loss and gain something.
Loss and gains. What are we losing? What's lost?
Time, energy,
Really?
money.
You say that by trying to go after your dream career, you're making your own business, and which would supply you with money and time and all the things. But the time and money that you would put into it would be lost if you,
If it not make it happen, if it not success.
when you do anything
Uh-uh.
in life, anything, when you first start, are you good?
No.
If I looked at
I don't know nothing.
if I looked at the pictures that you first started taking in your hobby, and I looked at the pictures that you take now, would it be pretty safe to say that the quality of the picture that you take now is better than the ones that you took when you first started? For sure.
For sure.
Was anything lost there? You still put the time and energy into taking pictures. You still failed in a way of making a quality picture.
Because I don't expect anything.
Not expecting you, not judging
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
what do you think would happen if you approached your business that way? What if you approached your business and stopped looking at it as like failing equals loss, and you stop judging the failing and just seeing that you're just learning as you grow? That the eventuality would be just like anything else. You'd get better at it. It would happen. Because that's what you've done in so many things, in so many areas of your life already. The more time and energy that you put into something, and the less that you judge yourself about it, the more fun you have with it, the more freedom that you give it, you get better. It's just inevitable. Yes? Yes? Feel secure when you're doing hobby. What are you doing in yourself that silences the part of you that feels like it needs to be secure?
It's totally different.
No, it's you're doing things. It doesn't matter if it's this thing or it's this thing or it's this thing. It's still you. You're just assigning meaning, and because of the meaning that you're assigning and the energy that you give that meaning determines the enjoyability and the learning curve and the success rate between this thing or that thing. It's all the same because it's all you.
But sometimes I feel there is a burden on my back. I have to pay the bill. I have to give certain amount money to my parents. I think
So-
I have spent time with this type
Yes.
of with unknowing things. How do I make myself feel secure about it?
How do you make yourself feel secure about taking pictures? How do you do it? But how? How did you make it so unconscious that you don't? It's not even like something that you think about. What do you do? If you were to look at it, because you're not thinking about that while you're taking pictures about things that you enjoy. How did you do that?
Having fun.
Having fun. You could say,
And I can feel, oh, it's me. It's really me.
if you found a way to look at creating your business from a place that's just you're having fun and this is really you, it's just you, that part of your mind,
Yeah.
that part of you that wants to judge, that wants to worry, and that brings you down, and you would have all of that energy to actually create
I figure out one thing.
what?
Consider this as creativity.
No kidding. Isn't that what you are anyway? A creator? Aren't you constantly creating everything, whether you're conscious of it or not? I accidentally, the phone, I had it leaning up against the vase and it fell. Okay, where we left off was if you could look at your business as something that you're creating and having fun with, You could shut down the hypercritical part of your mind, giving you the energy to do what you need to do. Now, by the way, when you make a business and you said that the thing that you're worried about is failing or that you would lack or something like that, something that would be a loss, the eventuality of creating your business would get you to doing just what you were freaking out about, which is it would give you money, time, and energy. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't you find that as you learn what it is that you need to do, as you start to tweak it, as you start to fine-tune your business, as you start to learn how this thing actually works, and you're allowing yourself, oh, it's like, oh, this person's doing, oh, and then you start reaching out and, oh, there's this tool that I didn't know about before. You just constantly start getting closer and closer and closer to making this thing work. And it'll change compared to where it started from in the beginning. But eventually, something will happen. And you will start to have a success. And something will, and doesn't that feel exciting?
For sure.
For sure. That's the feeling that you use and start from. That's where you start from. That feeling. And then you just go and do whatever work is required in this starting time. And maybe that is just making your vision board. Maybe that is of a few people that do certain things, some content creators or whatever, that do certain things. And you go and you research 10 of them. Maybe the next step.
Most of them have a team.
It's okay because they all started at the same place that you are. Everyone starts where you are. Everyone starts from the beginning. And it doesn't matter if you start from a secure place or a quote insecure place, because you're gonna go through highs and lows. You will fail. There will be things that'll happen. There are probably people that have started and they had a job while they were doing it, and then they like worked into that thing. But maybe like the business, whatever they started, and then all of a sudden COVID happened, and then their business failed, and then they went from having all that security went away. It doesn't matter. You build that as you move along. But your number one support system needs to be you. This is like number one, and it's not just like it happens. You cultivate it, you grow it through the action. It's like grows as you keep taking these actions, and you're like growing roots every single day. And some days are going to be you do a lot of productive things, and some days it's more like an mental emotional maintenance. You can keep yourself in the peaceful place, keep yourself in the light place, and that's the game.
A game.
It's a game. It's a game. Life is just one big game. You're the main player. It's all made for you. And you know this to be true because you're the only perspective you have. You're the hero. You already are the hero. By the way, how inspiring would it be? Every single, say there's all these women that do the things that you want to do already, right? But if you ever listen to their journey, or if you know of some of their stories, they have something in common, which is they went from not knowing what to do, going through all the things that you're going through, and overcoming those, and developing this personality in which they now embody. And we all love that stuff. There is not one part of your journey that isn't important and amazing and inspiring. This one right now, the one that you're in right now, the one just before you start, everybody's like, what's she gonna do? Oh, wow, she found a way. And they'll think to themselves, if she found a way, maybe I can too. And that's it. Anything else you want to say to the camera? Want to say something like, thank you, future me. Look back at this time and have a laugh, because this is the day it all began.
I thank you for my past, for choosing and always choosing, and then come from a place of growth. And I can feel my heart is open, expand after sharing this with you. Things that
You felt vulnerable.
I cannot see
Yeah.
before. Now I know how to shift my mindset,
Yes.
and I feel good because I really know that I want to take action in it.
Bravo. It'll be fun to see what happens with Julie from this point on. Stay tuned for more.
October
Yeah.
2023,
Yes.
and
Revisit this day. What's today? The 28th?
Saturday 28th.
Saturday. So the 28th of October 2024, we will have a successful entrepreneur doing many, many great things.